Okay, we got my lifetime cooler here, which I like. I've used it once or twice now because obviously COVID and there's nothing open for camping and stuff like that, and I didn't have unemployment at the time, so unemployment is ending, so I do want to go camping again for a little bit, maybe a few times. But I did have the bigger Coleman 50 quart, but we were just randomly shopping in Walmart, like, oh, I do need a cooler for camping because my friend had one, but you don't want to rely on other people to store your food and their stuff. It's rude and annoying, so I went and bought it. I was like, oh, it has wheels, it's big, it's probably too big, but it was cheap. It was on sale, like $15 off or something, so we got it, rolled it to my car, and realized it didn't fit in the trunk, so I was like, fuck. And we were going camping, so I didn't want to take it back. So I had to put it in the back seat, and it's too much of a pain, because once you fill with ice and stuff like that, first of all, trying to fill a 50 quart cooler, or 50 liter, whatever they are, I don't know what they are, but trying to fill the 50 cooler with ice is not only expensive, even if you go to the dollar store, it's like $1 something per bag, and I had to use like 6-7 bags. So like $7 per ice, just for the ice. That's crazy. Every time you go camping. And I think it was more than $1. I think it was a couple bucks per ice, depending on where you go. So that's expensive. And it didn't fit in my trunk. So I haven't used it. It's been sitting in my garage. I have no room in my garage, so it takes up under my cabinet, which I'm probably just going to give the thing away. Give it to somebody. Maybe they need like an ice pack, or ice cooler. And they're not cheap, so I went and looked at Walmart because I wanted a better quality one. The ice in was longer, it was better built, smaller, I can put in my trunk. And I saw these, and the reviews are great. So what's nice about this one, which I went and tested the reviews that people are saying, is you can open and close these with one handle. They had the Walmart ones, whatever brands they were, off brands. You're trying to pull on these, and it's like, like you get frustrated trying to open. This one, super easy. Usually you can lift it up, and look at that. That's nice because it pulls it down before. And then these are nice, thick, rubbery handles, and these are plastic. Super simple. You have a bottle opener, and you can throw a carabiner or something on there to keep it from opening, but it says it's bear proof. Certified bear resistant. So that's always nice. I do live in California, but I've never seen a bear in my life, so there's that. The handle, you get this nice long handle, and it kind of rests in this little cradle in here, so when you lift it up, by the way, it's just one finger, super nice, easy. So you can leave it like that. I don't know if I mentioned, but I can sit on this. I'm 270, I sit on this, it doesn't flex barely at all. Super thick, like, I don't know what it is, resin plastic or whatever it is, but this thing is built at the time. I think I almost paid like $100 for it. They're about half the price now, so you might want to pick these up if you're heading to Walmart. These are the better brand ones. This is probably like a 2-person cooler. Like, buy the small one, that way nobody's going in your cooler. You have your own personal one. Don't rely on other people for their coolers. It's rude. So this is just a me and her cooler. I mean, if somebody wants to go in her cooler and get a drink, I tell them I got drinks here if you want them, but this is like, that way I have to put in, because everybody's like, oh, you can put stuff in my cooler. It's like, nah, bro, that's yours. That's weird, you know. But nonetheless, it's a nice, so, I mean, look at the lid. The lid is super thick. It's got a nice gasket. Let me open it. My back's killing me, so I'm gonna do this fast. It's got the gasket on the top. Not sure what this is for, and there's like a slit in the gasket here, if you notice that. I don't know if that's on all of them, but you think it'd be one piece, and they wouldn't be cheap and cut it in the middle just to make it easier to put on, but whatever, nonetheless. And then I got this home, and I realized, did I get a messed up one? But then I went to Walmart, and they were all like that, so I just kept it. You know, they're all like plastic's weird like this. I don't know. It's not like cracked or anything. It's just like extra, whatever, when they made it. So as you can see, it's thick. So make sure when you're buying these, if you buy the heavier duty coolers like this, buy bigger than what you need, because on the outside it'll look big. On the inside, obviously, you're going to get that much less room because the insulation. I mean, this is enough for me and her. And then you got to figure, you putting ice in here, you putting coolers in here, ice packs in here. So, but this is enough for me and her. As you can see, that's a monster. You could probably have like 30 of those in here if I need to, but take that out. So just for reference, look at, but you can fit enough for 2 people for a few days or whatever you want to. And I tried it just the 2 ice packs I had, and it lasted from basically Friday morning to late Sunday morning. So that was plenty for camping for us, just the 2 ice packs. So I think I paid like $20 for those, $25. So even that, I'll save you from buying ice every time. You're probably spending like $20 on ice every time, so I might as well buy $20 ice packs. But 5-day ice retention, so I'm just gonna work. It's getting a little bit colder with ice, but I think what we're next time we're camping is I'll probably put like maybe 1 bag ice in the ice pack and try that, or 2 ice packs in 1 bag ice. But let's see how that works. But it's kind of heavy with the stuff in there, so you gotta keep that in mind too when you load up ice. The Coleman one I don't want to use because it's expensive to fill with ice. It's heavy and barely moves, so I had to lug the thing out of my car and then lug it back in my car, the back seat. Pain in the ass. So this one I could easily put in my back seat if I need to. It fits in my trunk, no problem. It's not super heavy, but I wouldn't want to walk far with it because it's awkward with the handle. There's no wheels. But it's perfect for what we need it for. It's just a couple days. We could go longer if we pack it right, but the ice packs I got, which they no longer have medium sizes, so I was going to go buy them on Amazon. I bought the medium ones, and they don't fit flat. So ideally, I think you're supposed to put like ice and then ice pack on the bottom and have it flat. Put your stuff and then more on top of it. So that way you can insulate the lid and stuff. But mine, they kind of set at an angle, so they don't really fit. And I went back to look, and they don't have any different sizes anymore, so that sucks. But they're still good ice packs. I can still fit them this way, just it doesn't keep it as cool. So not a big deal though. It's a great ice pack. I like it. And what's nice is it's easy to use. It's solid. Look at, the lid. You can definitely feel the lid is solid. I mean, you can hear the thud when it closes. And another thing is, like, it's great for kids and elderly people because it's so easy to use. You don't have to like close it for anybody. I'm doing this with one hand. You just slide those back, make sure it grabs down. It will snap a little bit, but that's letting you know that's closed properly. So, I mean, there's a little bit of, you have to push it, but once you get to a certain point, it's super easy. And it stays. Like, I've shook this thing around, and it's, like, it's not going to open on you. You can't pull these off if you tried. So, because there's like it's like indented right here, and everything's molded for it. So, there were some that are the same price, but they were like Ozark Trail ones and stuff like that. But this one's definitely better reviews, better quality. So, if you camp in places where bears and animals are, you want to get these ones and not just the lid ones, because we were literally camping and my friend has one that's just like the lid one. It doesn't have these on there. And he's like, oh, I think there's somebody stealing our stuff at night. So I had my bright flashlight and I looked around to make sure it's not an actual person like trying to rob us, but we locked the bikes and everything too. So I looked out and there was probably like 4 or 5 raccoons sitting there, or possums. I don't know, it was late at night. And there was also a fox, and it was like swiping, because the fox would like be sneaky, go around the back and stuff like that. And we had carne asada too, which is not cheap. So we get it from the Mexican store, and they season it, and that's like the main food that we had. And I'm like, you're not gonna believe this, but there's a bunch of wild animals sitting around the campfire eating the carne asada. So they opened his cooler, which I think is like a bigger igloo one, like 100 quart, and took out the carne asada, and we're just hanging around by the campfire. And the raccoon or possum that I saw, the big one, was like as big as this lid. And I didn't shut my door when I walked out, so I was paranoid that there was going to be one in my car looking for food, because there were so many, like 5 feet from me. I just saw glowing eyes. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't think we have the good food anymore, but luckily, like, we weren't there much longer, so it wasn't a big deal. And we ate most of the night before, so it was just crazy. Like, it was like a weird dream or like a cartoon. They're all just sitting around the campfire eating the food. It's like, yeah, so much for that. You're not getting that anymore. But I mean, that probably wasted $15 in carne asada. So make sure you get an ice chest like this, because their first thought, they're going to try and open the lid, the animals, and it's not going to, they're not going to work, and they're going to move on to something else. They're not going to think to go like this. Even if you go like this, there's some tension to it. If you go like this, it's not going to open. And once you get to a certain point, about right here, it'll open. But even then, you have to pull it up. It's still not going to open. See? So you can literally have these both open like this, and the animal's still not going to be able to. They have to realize that you have to keep going up like that. So these are really nice. I even went to I looked at Target for these, Dick's Sporting Goods. Walmart was the most logical place. I looked at Amazon, everywhere. And I went to Walmart one day, and they said on the app they had in stock, but I don't trust the Walmart app. It's never right. So I didn't order it, and then I went to Walmart and picked it up. So that was cool. The one time it actually worked, but yeah. It's nice and small. It's easy to clean out too, which is nice. Nice solid. It makes a good chair, although you might want to bring padding because it's like molded plastic. So, but nonetheless, it's a solidly built cooler, and they're around $60 I think right now, so they're pretty cheap at Walmart. I will leave the link to these if you want to buy these ones. So, if you want just a cooler for a couple people, this is probably your best bet. Makes a good chair, makes a good table, makes a good footrest, So, it fits in your trunk, fits in your back seat, fits in your front seat, wherever you want to put it, it's small. Yeah, so enjoy the Lifetime cooler.